Hey everybody, Scoutcrafter here. The other day, my neighbor asked me to borrow some oil. I said, what kind of oil you need? And he said, oil is oil. Wrong guy to say that to. So it got me thinking, and I said, well, I got different oils. I asked him what he's using it for, and well, this is how this got started. So come along and I'll show you what I mean.
Okay, well, just like hammers, there's a tool for every purpose and there's an oil for every purpose. I just went through a couple. This is about a third of the oils that I have just sitting around the shop. Some of these were passed down to my from my great-grandfather. I don't even know what's in some of these oil cans and everything that I have laying around. I always check them every once in a while, but what I wanted to do this video on was one of my favorite lubricants. Now, we got oils come in different viscosities and light oil, heavier oil, and then all the way up to your greases. Well, one time I had a motorcycle. Let me go into this.
Years back, I had a beautiful 1969 CB450, and in the owner's manual, there was a way to lubricate your chain. They showed how to do it by mixing oil and grease together, heating it up, dipping the chain in, letting it dry, and then the grease and oil mixture would stick to the chain. Well,
now that was over 20 years ago.
And with the original batch that I made after I lubed the chain and everything, I put the rest in jars, and then little by little
the jars got smaller and smaller till this is all I have left. And you can see there's actually a chain in there, not a
motorcycle chain, but another chain that I'm trying to keep from rusting. But that was the end of the lubricant, along with this little can, and this is basically what it looks like. That's the viscosity, what it comes out to be. It's a little bit thicker than oil, a little bit thinner than grease, and all we have to do is we combine straight 30 non-detergent motor oil. This is nice. I got this at Family Dollar, made in America, and some all-purpose grease. So let's head over to the hot plate and see how we make it.
Now, before you start the project, always safety first. Have a fire extinguisher if you're going to be working indoors near. Not that this becomes volatile, but you never know. You never know when you're dealing with chemicals.
Okay, first of all, we're going to take the grease. We're going to take, this is a 1 pound container of grease. We're going to use half of this. We're going to put it in that pot and put it on a very low setting on this hot.
Okay, now I prefer a hot plate over an open flame just because of the safety factor, but you can see I have it on warm to low, and stirring it, you could start to see it's going to loosen up. The grease is going to start to liquefy, but that's what you want. And we're going to get this till it becomes warm, and then we're going to add the oil. Okay, I've been stirring for a couple minutes now. You can see it got quite a bit softer. The viscosity is starting to loosen up here. Now I'm getting ready to add the oil, and the heat will allow this to mix together nicely. Okay, so what I'm going to do, and again, remember, if it's smoking, that's a little too hot. So you want it just warm enough that it loosens this up. Okay, we've been stirring now for about 5 minutes. We added 8 ounces of straight 30 non-detergent motor oil to the half a tub of grease, which is 8 ounces, because they're 1 pound tubs. And you could see the viscosity of this now. This is what you want. You want it to look almost like a soup tendency, because what happens when this cools down a little bit, it'll thicken up just a little bit. But the beauty of this now is this acts as both a oil and a grease. And I'll show you how that works when we put it in the container. Okay, we're all cleaned up. We emptied the concoction that we made into a jar, into an oil can, and I finished up the rest into that other oil can. Now, the beauty, again, of this is that you have the combination. This is what it looks like. This is what the viscosity looks like. It looks almost like a gel, but it is quite pourable. And you see here, I'm going to put a little bit on here. And you can see how that comes out. It's thin enough that you can use it into an oil can, but it has a very nice slippery surface to it. And it works like, again, like a grease and an oil.
And the beauty of this is it stays put. You can see it doesn't drip like an oil. You don't have to worry about like a grease where it's hard to apply to a certain area. And it's worked for me for years. So anyway, I hope that helps. I hope you can use it for something. I'm going to be using it for my tractor. And if you want to make it a little thinner, just add more oil. This is a 50-50 mix. You can make it a 60-40 or 70-30. Okay, I hope that helps. I hope this works out for you. Take care now. Bye-bye.